Hello. Welcome to Port Misery, a GH podcast where we try to figure out why everybody's so miserable this week. Hey y'all, I'm back. Look at me 2 weeks in a row. It's a summer miracle. It's a July miracle. It's like Christmas in July. We're in July, we might as well say it. Yeah, I decided to come back. I did watch this week. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of skipped most of Thursday, and I'll explain why. But I also started like posting Sims content to this channel, which is like, I'm sure some of you were like, bitch, what is this? Why are you, why are you posting this? This is not GH. And I feel that. I was like, I don't want to create a whole new channel, to be honest, just for Sims content. So you can watch that. You don't have to watch it. I'm kind of fine tuning it because I don't want to edit it. And I realized I have to just keep talking. That, like, in certain episodes, there was just like pauses of silence. And I'm like, you just have to keep talking. And you're good at doing that for Port Misery, the podcast. So you might as well just keep it up. But that doesn't matter. Like I said, watch it or don't watch it. I'm not going to be offended. But I am here for what people actually subscribe to hear, which is GH. So I'm going to try and do this more often. Very chaotically, no notes. I'm just pulling up spoiler tabs to remind me what happened last week. I'm going to try to break it down by storyline rather than days because it can get really contrived if you do that. But I'm going to try and get into it. We're going to start with the stuff I care about the least, as usual. And so it's Black Hospital. And it hurts me the most because, like, I'm always rooting for Black people, but not these Black people because they're doing too much, doing way too much. And so we're back on some, like, Curtis attacked a man, but he should be allowed to get away with it because he had a lot of strong feelings about that man. What are you talking about? Grow up. Grow up, bruh. And like there's a whole conversation between Curtis and Jordan where, and this is where I kind of crashed out. I was like, I can't with these two. They are so annoying. Like they are so annoying. And there are people on this show who on paper should be more annoying, but these two take the cake. And so Curtis, for the first time in years, has a selfless moment and he's like, I probably shouldn't have done that. Like, to be honest, like, yeah, he said what he said and it was not okay, but also I shouldn't have done that. And Jordan was like, nah, because Curtis is like, maybe I should just take the plea deal, which would mean that he'd be in jail for 8 months. And Jordan is like, absolutely not. We are not taking responsibility for a goddamn thing. Not ever. Not once. We've never done anything wrong in our lives. You're gonna miss the birth of your baby, and then he's gonna be that child's father, and then what's gonna happen? And so Curtis, like an idiot, is like, yeah, let's fight. And I'm sitting here like, so you're risking, like, you could be gone for 8 months or you could be gone forever, essentially. You could be gone for years if like the assault charge goes through because you may have like it's not even just ruining a man's career, right? Because I think like you could probably get super sued if you ruin like an athlete's career. But then it's just like, okay, you can't play sports anymore. This man was a surgeon. This man was a surgeon. He saved lives and now he can't save lives because you are a punk. Because you're a punk. And so, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like, Jordan and Curtis are idiots. Laura is like across town. Martin to come back, and he's like, yeah, I'm back. But turns out Laura thinks that Sidwell sent Martin away for what was Martin about to do? To be honest, Martin was. If you were sending people away, there was better people in the town to send away. Like I understand why y'all had to send Anna away, but Martin wasn't gonna do nothing. He would have teamed up with y'all, like creepy council person. To be honest, but Martin comes back and he's Laura sends him to Curtis and Jordan. And I'm gonna be so real with you. I have no idea what was said there because I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. At that point, I was like, I'm sick of these two. I cannot deal with these two. It is too much for me. I should not have to live my life watching these two be dodo bird idiots, causing car accidents and refusing to take any responsibility, doing more damage post car accident and refusing to take more responsibility for that. That's crazy to me. Like, you are the reason that y'all crashed. You out here talking about, well, this person should have stopped. You shouldn't have been making out on a dangerous, windy road at night. What are we talking about? We all could have made better choices that night. What do we mean? Y'all refuse to just admit that this y'all's fault. And then he went and attacked Isaiah, which even if Isaiah did it, which we know he didn't do it, even if he did it, that wasn't worth all that. That was not worth all that. You think because you're upset that you caused an accident that scarred her face, and you think that this person should have stopped, whether you don't even care whether they knew or not there was an accident. You're like, they should have stopped. And even if they didn't know, now you're saying, like, you've moved the fucking goalpost to, like, even if they didn't know there was an accident, they would have known the next day because it was on the news. So why did they come forward? Why should they come forward? Why should I come forward? You're the reason you caused the accident. You caused the accident, and now you're making it this federal case that I didn't come forward. You're trying to make the fact that I didn't come forward the real issue instead of the fact that y'all are reckless drivers. And so I actually can't with Jordan and Curtis right now because all of that is true, and now he's attacked a man, probably cost him his surgical career, and now he want to be out here like I had every right to do that. And she's capping for his ass. She used to be commissioner. And so I didn't watch those Martin and Curtis and Jordan scenes. I didn't watch it. You also have Portia and Isaiah at the pool meeting Rick to be like, we want to sue Curtis because fuck him. And I said, that's right. You better do it. Sue that man. Because I'm sick of him. He's out here like, Curtis is out here like, we gotta prove that Willow's innocent so we can prove that Isaiah's guilty. Are you concerned with justice or not? Are you concerned with justice or not? Are you just assume like you've decided that Isaiah is guilty and you're going to do anything in your power to prove that that's the case? You sound like Chase when it comes to like Michael. And then you're also betraying Michael. You're like, well, clearly Michael is just framing Willow because it has to be Isaiah. Isn't Michael the one who allowed you to stay CEO of Aurora? Isn't Michael the one who said, yeah, run shitty stories about me because Drew's blackmailing you and your wife? And now you're like, oh, well, fuck Michael. He's going to be fine. I need to put Isaiah in jail. And so Portia and Isaiah could do whatever the hell they want to Curtis and Jordan at this point. I don't care about her face. Her face is not worth all that. It's not worth all the chaos and misery that they're spreading around town. And now it's looking like Jordan's going to betray Curtis, to be honest, to get her raggedy face fixed. She said no, but her eyes were saying yes. Her body was saying no, but her eyes were saying yes. Okay? Her mouth was saying no, but her eyes were saying yes. So I'm expecting her to pull a Ava Jerome and betray that man. And I'm here for it. That might be the only way to save Jordan's character is to have her just completely betray Curtis. Because I'd be down for it. Send that man to jail, get your beautiful face fixed, leave these two people to raise his baby, and let that man go to jail. There was a weird scene with Trina being like, look, it's my mom. Okay. And then her boyfriend, Joe Jackson Jr., being like, we don't have time for that girl. We got to focus on the show. And but then she's also not allowed to talk about the show because she's too excited. Whatever we're doing with Kai, y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop. He's too invested. Like, he's actually running her career like he's Selena's father. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. And so that's Black Hospital. That's Black Hospital. We got through it. It's done. And so let's go over to Raggedy Ass Willow. And so Willow is out here like, how do I get away with all my crimes? How do I get away with all my crimes? And now people are attacking on crimes I didn't even do. Like, I'm busy trying to clean up these crimes, and now I got random people over here trying to pin more crimes on me. I would feel bad for her if she wasn't trying to pin shooting Drew in the back on Michael. Like, girl, this is karma. This is karma, 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 chameleon. Like, it come and go. Like, this is the lyrics. Like, you doing the song Karma Chameleon because you were out here framing people and now people framing you. All right, but she's out here panicking. Nina is running around panicking too, you know, worried about Brennan, worried about Willow, and she gets the news that fake Nathan, aka Cassius Clay Faison, was not Nathan and that he's dead. And so she's all in her feelings, like, oh, I'm so sad I lost Jay again, and yada, yada, yada. Cool. Because Willow's like, you know what, babes? I feel bad for you. And if you would like to take the next couple of shifts off from torturing Drew, I got you, girl. I'm going to cover them shifts for you. Don't even worry about that. And Nina's like, nah, I got to be here. Torturing Drew is my job. And I take it seriously. Unfortunately for them, Liz being a hero, she takes that job seriously because she's over at her house with Lucas being like, hey, it's very weird that Brennan got better but Drew hasn't. And I think something's going on in that house. Liz, you are in danger. Like the entire time Liz was at Willow's house, the only thing keeping her safe was Brennan. Because if Brennan was not in that house, Willow would have 1000% busted Liz in the head with a lamp. She would have been like, you getting syringe too. Everybody's gonna tie. Like, Liz didn't learn nothing from being in that closet. Liz didn't learn a damn thing from being in that closet when she got jumped by Britt, put in the closet. She's just still out here. Like, out here in her Nancy Drew era. Like, why are you out here being Harriet the Spy? Girl. You don't even like, do you like Drew like this? Or maybe I guess she's doing it for Willow. Like, oh, she thinks that because she thinks Willow's still a good person. Because she doesn't know that, she's single white female in her. But Liz is there because she realized that maybe it's the house. Brennan was already there because he was like, listen, I had some tea on Drew, but then John Oliver showed up and took my black box, and so he got the tea on Drew. I don't know how to get it back. So sorry. Like, girl. He about to get out this chair. So what you about to do? And Liz shows up talking about, did you do the eye thing? Like, maybe there's something in the house. Maybe it's a chemical. Brennan comes with the save because he's like, look, I can't really talk about it because it's classified. It's classified information. But I actually was in some spy stuff, and that's why I had a stroke. But I don't know why that man had a stroke. It's not that though. And he leaves. Liz is like, well, did you do the eye thing? Are we gonna do stuff? And Willow's just like, I don't have time, girl. I've just been so busy being a congressperson. I haven't had time to get it with like missing me and the eye people keep missing each other, girl. It's crazy. And Liz is like, okay, well, I can do it for you. And Willow's like, no, you do too much, girl. You do too much. You gotta sit back. You gotta think about Elizabeth. You gotta start putting Elizabeth first. Willow is panicking because, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I guess like the best thing for her is that she ain't got to worry about this stupid Jordan and Curtis thing because one, she got Jordan and Curtis like on her side trying to prove her innocence, but she also has Chase on side trying to prove innocence. Now this is stupid storyline. This is a stupid storyline, and I want to talk about it alongside the Willow storyline because, like, these two storylines have the same problem, but for two different reasons. So we got this Chaylin story happening where everybody in Port Charles knows that Chase is having an emotional affair with Willow. He's unintentionally, apparently, having an affair emotionally with his ex-wife, and everybody in town can see it from the old folks to the young folks. The birds in the sky see it. The bees in the trees see it. Like, everybody can see it except Chase. And so Brooklyn comes up with this raggedy plan to frame Willow and gets Lucy involved. Well, Lucy it was actually Lucy's plan, and it seems like Lucy is bamboozling her to get the stock back. And so she goes to the PCPD, tells them, yeah, I saw Willow and I think she was on that road. I think she did it. And so they investigated and it shows that she was on the road. Like I said, nobody believes it. And Chase starts investigating. He thinks it's Michael. Confronts Michael, who's over with random sex worker, being like, it's weird that Willow got arrested for that. Well, she didn't get arrested. She just had to go talk to people, but that's weird. Because I don't think she did it, and I didn't frame her for it, so I'm pretty sure it was Brooklyn. And random sex worker was like, how you feel about that? How you feel about that? And Michael was like, I don't want my cousin to be sad, but also I don't care. I don't care. Like, fuck Chase. And then Chase come over like, did you do it? Did you do it? And he's like, bro, okay, whatever, get out my face. And so now Chase is on the case. And everything Brooklyn thought was going to happen is not happening. And I'm trying to figure out why she thought this was going to happen. Because Brooklyn did all this thinking that if Chase knew that Willow was out here acting like this, then he would stop being on side with her. But you saw how Chase reacted when Willow was accused of shooting Drew. You saw how much he went above and beyond to prove her innocence and all the things, to the point where the horny DA thinks he's a corrupt cop, right? And so, what made you think that he wouldn't operate like this again? That he wouldn't assume that, the Quartermains or Michael himself or the Corinthi just frame this bitch because they're haters. Like every single one of Michael's family members got that dog in them. And so, why did you think that he would hear this news? Like, if her shooting someone in the back didn't do it, then why would her leaving someone on the side of the road do it? He's not going to believe a bad thought about her. So, why do all this? Doesn't make any sense. But she does it. And now he's on the case. And so he goes to talk to Lucy because Lucy is the one who got everybody thinking about Willow. And so he says, like, hey girl, why'd you do that? What prompted you to do that? All the things. And she's talking nonsense. It's Lucy. She's talking straight nonsense. But she lets it drop that Brooklyn gave her shares to her. And now Chase is a good detective all of a sudden. And so he goes home, confronts Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is so embarrassing. Brooklyn is so embarrassing. She's like, I'm so sorry. I was doing it for us and for our family and yada, yada, yada. And then Chase starts launching in about, like, well, I can't believe you did this to Willow. And the worst part about it is you did it to Willow. And, like, after everything Willow's been through, how could you do it to Willow? And Brooklyn kind of snaps at him, like, the worst thing about this is that I did it to fucking Willow. What? What are you talking about? But I can't even give her that W because like I saw the preview for Monday and she out here crying in her cornflakes about all the shit with him again. Like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that. Here's the thing. The Drillo story and the Chaylen story got the same problem for different reasons. And it's this issue where they want to balance out the story. That, like, I think when the Drillo story started, and that shit started 2 years ago, I want to make that very clear. We've been dealing with this shit since July 2024 when she first kissed his ass. And we're still in the fucking middle of it. Like, I'm sick of this story. But I think people genuinely, the writers of the show genuinely thought that people would be more mad at Michael than they were. They were not. And then once Michael was taken out of the equation, they thought that they would be equally mad at Drew and Willow, and they weren't. People were like, Drew is an asshole, and he's pretty much manipulating Willow, and this is an abusive relationship. And so instead of, they tried to balance that out by having Willow go completely like single white female on his ass, shoot him in the back, and then like pump him full of drugs and put him in a locked in state, thinking that that would somehow balance the scales. Like, okay, so Drew isn't so bad because she out here doing this. But then they gave her the excuse of like he's abusive, which is what we were saying. But what she is doing is the level that you do to like a physically abusive person. Like if he was smacking her around and like throwing her downstairs. Like even when you had her giving her little bad bitch speech at him, like, ooh, you thought you could do all this and say this to my kids and yada yada yada. That's why I shot you. That's why I'm doing this. The punishment doesn't fit the crime of what that man was doing. And so for that situation, in order to balance the scales out, they actually took Willow way too far. To where now you are a dangerous person that's up there with like Sonny and Whitey's African Warlord. Like you are a danger. You can't be walking around the town with people. And you got her throwing herself in lakes and doing all things. Like she's got the dog in her to kill somebody. She was like fucking with a baby. Right? Like they did too much to try and balance out her scales with Drew. And now Drew is her victim. Like he's her victim. And y'all can have her say, I did it for my kids until she blew in the face. That doesn't matter. That does not matter. None of the things that she did, like you got away with shooting him in the back. You could have just left him at that point. But instead, you did this. And so the crime does not fit the punishment that like is currently happening to Drew. That's the problem with that story. Y'all went too far. The problem with the Chaylen story right now, same thing. They want to balance the scales. Like Chase is acting out of pocket. And y'all can write Brooklyn Standard by him all you want. The audience is not going to buy that because we've been watching the Quartermain family since Jump, right? And we understand how these people operate. When things happen, when one of them's in trouble, they lock the fuck in and they lock that house down. and everybody's on side. Everybody knows what to say, what not to say. Everybody's on each other's side. And you really put this big fight in the middle of their mansion over a goddamn outsider. It'd be one thing because you've had situations where one family member is not fucking with the rest of the family. It's usually Ned, right? Like they're all trying to do some shenanigans, and Ned is the good person trying to be like, we're not doing that. Like, we're not doing that. Why are we doing that? Right? But like Chase, he's not a member of this family like that. You married into this family. Like, one band, one fucking sound here at the Quartermain Mansion. What are you doing? And people were upset about that. Like, even if you understood, you were kind of like, why are you putting Brooklyn in this situation with her whole family, especially with Tracy being 10 toes down for Michael? Like, you got her in a situation when you could honestly stay out of it. You don't have to help Willow go to jail, but you don't have to help put Michael in jail either. And you chose to do that. And then it's over, right? We've got to the point where no one's talking about who shot Drew. We don't give a fuck anymore. And you still got this energy for this man. And so instead of dealing with the fact that he's been disrespecting his wife for pretty much a year, they decided to have his wife start acting like a dodo bird brain idiot. So we could be like, poor Chase, married to this dodo bird brain idiot. No, she is a dodo bird brain idiot, and her grandfather be rolling his motherfucking grave right now, out here giving away shares, doing all this for this bum ass man. And he's still a bum ass man. It doesn't negate from the fact that he disrespects her. He disrespects his wife. And no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And like just going through Twitter, a lot of people don't want to see it. Like their fans specifically don't want to see it. And so this is very weird to me. It's very weird to me. And then he's doing it for a bitch who's not worth a goddamn. Right? Not worth a goddamn. Like acting like Carly fucking Benson in 1997. Like not worth any of this. Like just the only person in the damn town who can't see it. Nobody likes this. I usually don't like to make big sweeping statements about stuff like that because the stuff I like is not usually the stuff other people like. I have yet to see one person who says I am enthralled by this fucking Drillo Chalin story. Everybody's annoyed, and I think it's for the same reason that y'all tried to balance the scales in these couples and you failed horribly with one and you went too far with the other. Like it's a fail on Chalin and you went too far with Drillo, and now Willow is a villain. Now Willow is like mobbed up. Like she's caught somewhere between Spy Hospital and Mob Hospital. That shit's stupid. And so yeah, that's that. Let's move away from that. Who cares about that? Sick of that. So let's go back to Spy Hospital. Spy Hospital and Mob Hospital are still crashing into each other because all the things happen. Like all the things happen. So John Oliver's last day was on Monday. And he did such a good job. Can I just say that? He did an excellent job. Like, it's not even. I want him to come back. I'm like, next time we have WSB issues, obviously we got to go to the top. We know the head manager in charge. And so we should not be dealing with the middlemen of the WSB. Let's go straight to the top. But Carly runs up on John Oliver, like, get my daughter out of the WSB. He's like, nah, girl, absolutely not. Like, she did a great job. Was it a lot of her? Let me just say that I'm gonna talk smack about Joss. Joss fans, just cover your ears. I feel like she didn't do that much. I'm just gonna say it. I feel like she didn't do that much. I feel like she just ran around. She was asking questions. She's like, I'm just asking questions. And then she got kidnapped. And then the entire time she was kidnapped, she spent being like, you could be a hero. You can take away my pain, like Enrique Iglesias. You can be a hero, baby. Like that was her. Like she was telling it to Cassius. She was doing it to Liesel. Like we can all be heroes and let's be heroes. And then her mama saved her. Like, hey girl, I'm here. And then she locked her in a room, went outside to be a hero, and got shot immediately. Like that's what I feel happened. That's all I'm saying. So I don't really know why he want to hold on to her like this, but he's like, girl, she's in it for life. Carly mad. He does something. He was like, that ain't gonna happen, which is like, was that classist? Was that his way of saying she's trash? But she slapped the shit out of him. And then he asked her on a date. He's like, you want to go to Paris, girl? Like, we can go. And she's like, no, I'm not going anywhere with you, you bum. I'm leaving. And so she leaves. runs into Sunny and is like, Jocelyn's in the WSB because she mad at you, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do. And he's like, damn, girl, that's crazy. And before he could really get into that, here come Valentine. Valentine come out of a van or like a GNC or something like that with a suit on, and Carly and him run to each other. They start making out in the parking lot in front of Sunny, who is like, the fuck is this? And also in front of Charlotte and Lulu. And so Charlotte had told Lulu that she was running game for her dad while he was on the run. Like, essentially, like, just out here knowing where he was, keeping him secret. She's mad about that. She want to know who was helping him. For Charlotte's part, she kept her mouth shut. She was like, I can't tell you that, boo. That's not my truth to tell. Like, just know it was me. I was doing it. And so Lulu's like, you gonna come with me? We're gonna go see Ethan because he got shot in the ass. Remember? Stilwell shot him in the ass. So they were like, we gotta go see Ethan. Charlotte was so funny. She was like, I don't even know that man. I don't know that man. Like, that man could be walking down the street and I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to that man, but not really, because fuck him. I'm gonna wait in the car. Lulu's like, you are not about to wait in the car. Your uncle is in the hospital. You need to go see your uncle. Stop being a punk. Let's go. And so when they were walking up to the hospital, here's Carly in the street making out with Valentine. And so now Lulu knows what time it is. Like, oh, so that's where you were. You were at a family Christmas. Okay. Okay. And so Charlotte and Lulu come home. Now Dante and Rocco were at home, and Rocco for some reason was out here like, Dad, I just want you to know that's my bad. Like, I'm so sorry for what I did. I know that y'all love me. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. That's my bad. I said, Rocco, what did you do? What are you sorry for, Rocco? Because you're not being specific enough for me. You're just saying, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it. That's my bad. What's your bad? What did you do? This seems like some stupid Westbourne double bluff where you just try to tell somebody what they want to hear, what you think they want to hear, but you're not admitting any fault at all. You just like, I'm sorry you felt like that. I'm sorry you were out here having feelings like that. That's my bad. Fuck you, bruh. But they're out here drinking iced tea. Rocco's saying absolutely nothing. Like, and here comes wait, pause. Pause. Because my screen decided to completely destroy itself. And fall asleep randomly? What's going on? What's going on? Whatever. I'm not editing this, so y'all were a part of that. Y'all got to be a part of that. But Rocco, that clout chasing little demon, clout goblin, sick of him. He's drinking iced tea. Lulu and Charlotte come in and they're like screaming at each other. Like, and Charlotte's like, that's my daddy. I love my daddy. And when do you acknowledge that I love my daddy? Lulu's like, your dad is a criminal and he deserves to be in jail. And Charlotte's like, my dad is a hero and he stopped Big C and Whitey's African warlord. And when you gonna accept that? And then Dante's like, let me make some phone calls real quick because what's going on? He's making phone calls. Lulu is mid-sentence being like, well, it don't matter how you feel about your daddy because he about to go to jail for the rest of his life. You never gonna see him again. And Dante is like, so Valentine's out. Valentine's out. He's free. He's a free man. Yeah. So full pardon. Just reset. Reset. And then Valentine knock on the door. Yep. Valentine's like, hey, baby girl, let's go. Let's get out of here. Lulu is literally about to just throw herself in front of Valentine's car like she's Jason Sudeikis trying to save his marriage. And Dante has to be like, let me referee this. Charlotte don't have time for no damn Dante, to be honest. Before Valentine even showed up, when she was busy fighting with Lulu, Dante was like, hey, well, maybe. And Charlotte was like, what the fuck you got to say about this bitch? And Dante just kind of looked at her like, really, girl? Like, why is it fuck me? Like, why is it fuck me? And Charlotte was like, yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. What's up? And so Charlotte already didn't have time for Dante, but Dante's like, here's what's good. How about me and these kids go to the MetroCorp pool and the two of you work this out? Pause. What teenagers are like, yeah, let me go to this public pool with my freaking dad and stepdad? The fuck? But they all go to this pool, and Lulu is out here trying to relitigate shit from like 10 years ago. I said, pause. Y'all already dealt with this when Em Raylan was playing this character. And so, even though she's technically right, like, yeah, Valentine tried to keep her from Charlotte forever. Y'all already dealt with that. Y'all were co parenting. Valentine was out here co parenting with Laura, co parenting with Dante. Like, you the unreasonable one here, girl. And that man's a terrorist. That man's a terrorist. I have not forgotten Theo Hart. I have not forgotten the fact that he was out here with pikemen. He was out here doing all the things, right? And so she's not wrong to be like he's dangerous, but also y'all have like already litigated this. Y'all have already worked this out, and now we got to deal with it again. And so Valentine is really like, here's what's up, girl. That girl's gonna be 18 in like 27 minutes. And then what you about to do? Because if it's like, if she gotta choose between one of us, I'm not worried about that. Are you worried about that? Because I'm not worried about that. Like, if you want to King Solomon her, if you want to treat her like a puppy and she stands between us and we call her name, I'm not worried about who she goes to. And I feel like you should be worried about who she goes to. And that's real. That's real, girl. Like, you gotta be serious. Like, she's not a little girl anymore. She's not 5 and you can just keep her. Like, you gotta deal with a full functioning adult in like 10 minutes. So, like, you gotta work it out. And Valentine bounces out. Charlotte is at the pool with Dante and Rocco. Dante and Rocco, she ditched them pretty much immediately. Because, like, they're over here, Rocco out here, like, I understand Charlotte because of my relationship with Britt. You clout goblin. You are a clout goblin from the seventh circle of hell. Because what are you talking about? Why are you saying things like this? Why are you trying to compare your relationship to stupid Brit with Danny's relationship with his dad? Yeah, he's only known his dad for like a collective 5 years, probably. But that's still longer than you and Brit, to be honest. And you damn sure don't have the same relationship that Charlotte has with her father. So stop it. Stop it, bruh. And I was mad at Dante when he was like, why would Charlotte tell Danny? Because Rocco was like, Charlotte told Danny that I shot Cullum. He was like, why? Bruh, why does no one in that family care that Jason is getting his ass beat from the head to the feet in an Indonesian gulag? Why? It's crazy to me. Like, this man saved your son, and you were just like, well, that was his choice. He can get his ass beat from the head to the feet. He chose to be in the gulag. That's not my problem. Stop. Stop it. But whatever, that's them. Charlotte's over with Danny, and Danny was like, let me be so real with you, girl. I snitched on Rocco. Yeah. Yeah. It didn't do anything because Brennan is a punk bitch, but I did go to the Mike Corbin Memorial Convalescent Home, and I told him that your brother shot Cullum, and he said shrug. And so I just want you to know that, girl, because we don't keep secrets from each other. And she was mad for about 1.3 seconds. And then she was like, you know what, boo? I would have done the same thing for my dad. Fuck Rocco. High five. Yeah. Yeah. And so that's pretty much the kids. Then Lulu goes to visit Carly because obviously Carly was the one who was helping Valentine. Now, before I do that, let's go to Carly. Carly, like I said, making out in the parking lot with Valentine. Sunny sees it, Lulu sees it. And so Sunny's like, let me go talk to this woman because what's going on? What's happening here? And so he goes to Carly's house. Valentine just in the house. Like, Valentine, like, this is my house now. I live here. I live in the mob compound. This is my house. It's our house. I was like, so Valentine is living there. And Sunny's like, what the hell is this? Like, why are you dating a terrorist? This is actually wild behavior, girl. Like, mobsters I get, corporators I get. That one time you date a serial killer, I had to get involved. Obviously, we got back together. Beautiful. But this man is a terrorist. And he fucked with my meds. Yes, girl, he fucked with my meds. Carly was so funny. She was like, okay. Like, well, he wasn't with me when he did that. So he didn't owe us anything, babes. Like, Spy Hospital and Mob Hospital hadn't clicked up yet when that happened. We were still ops, so I can't even be mad about that. Valentine was like, look, I'm really sorry that happened to you. I'm really sorry you went through that. Like, he's not even sorry for doing it. He's just sorry it happened to him and sorry that he had to go through that. Carvel. Carvel. Cause Sonny just like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I can't believe you had our baby around this terrorist. Pause. Sonny. I'm a Carson stand down. I love Sonny, but he is so goofy. Cause why are you saying that? You have how many of your kids are been murdered or blown up or shot or all the, like literally Christina has been blown up twice because she was on the car with Johnny when he tried to blow up Johnny, and then she was in the firebombed Charlie's incident, right? Michael been shot in the head, and he got firebombed at Sonny's apartment. The North remembers. Morgan blew up in a car. Goodbye, Morgan. Uh, unnamed baby that he was having with Lily Rivera blew up in a car with Lily. Thank you for your service, girl. Sonny, there's what? Who are you to say who isn't dangerous and who shouldn't be around your kids? Insanity, insanity. The next time we see Sonny, it's like him making out with the horny DA, I think, or maybe that happened beforehand. I didn't care. I don't care about the relationship, but that happened. They were making out, but Sonny leaves. Uh, Carly and Valentine, they're doing it big, big time pair up. And Valentine leaves. He goes to see Jocelyn. We'll get to that in a second. And Lulu comes over, and they start getting into a fight. Now, here's what I'm gonna say about the fight. Both of them made points. Points were made on both sides, because Carly's like, "Look, I know you don't like this man, but I needed him to save my daughter. Your daughter's fine, all right? She's fine. She's over somewhere in Port Charles with attitude. My daughter is shot in the hospital." And so I don't regret nothing. And then Lulu was like, "Why is it okay for you to put my child in danger to get your daughter out the WSB when she asked to be there? Like, she asked to be there. That's what she want to be. Like, so now you gonna put my daughter in danger because you want to get your daughter out of some place she asked to be?" And then Carly tried to be like, "She didn't ask," and back and forth. This is what I'm gonna say. I'm Team Carly. I'm Team Carly. That's my girl. That's been my girl since Jump. I stood by her when she was doing the most out of pocket bullshit you would ever believe that I don't even agree with. Like, girl, why are you making fun of like people with HIV? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But I was still with her ass. So I'm gonna stay. I kind of agree with her. I'm on her side. I'm just saying I understand where Lulu's coming from, but I'm on this side. I'm over here. I'm here with my girl. And so there's like a dig where Lulu's like, "Well, he like Anna, so what you about to do?" Probably. Probably. And Carval's not gonna be forever. But I'm gonna enjoy it while it's happening. And I hate all the goddamn haters in this town who's trying to stop me from having the things I want. Like, what the hell? And so let's go over to the rest of Spy Hospital. So Anna's back in town. Gemma were out here trying to like rebel in the last few minutes. They could have random sex in this woman's apartment without her being there. And Anna comes home, and people are like, "Ooh, girl, we so happy to have you. Like, we so glad to have you back." But unfortunately, Anna's crazy as hell. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Seeing Peter August everywhere. I'm not upset to see Peter August. I know some of y'all are crashing out. Like, no, Peter August, oh my god. And I did watch it and it was very rough. The Peter August years were rough. If you were watching during Peter August, it was a rough time. But he's a ghost. Like, I'd be more upset if he was real. Like, if he's a real person. So if he becomes corporeal at any point, I will be right with y'all worrying, but at this point, I'm just gonna let him be extra and funny because I was watching Days when he was on it, Days of Our Lives, and he was great. I loved it. It was, 10 out of 10, no notes. And so I think his campy sort of ways works really well for Days, where like GH is a more realist soap, and so it kind of like stands out. But he's playing a ghost, so it's fine. Like, remember that time Ghost Lenny came back and told Sunny to cheat on his wife? Like, ghosts always make funny decisions on this show. And so Ghost Peter is like, yeah, fuck everybody. And so Liesel shows up. Liesel shows up because Nina had to tell Liesel that Cassius Clay Faison, aka not Nathan, is dead. And so she's like, I can't believe they're pinning all this shit on Nathan. On not Nathan, I mean. That's crazy. She goes to Anna, and Anna is just like, fuck not Nathan. Not Nathan's the reason I was locked up. And like Lisa had just told Anna, like, you were locked up on Windermere, you're not crazy. There was no mission. They were trying to get you. But can you like cap for my son? Anna was like, fuck you and your son. Fuck you and your son, FA's on. Fuck all y'all. I'm over y'all. I'm not helping nobody with nothing. And Lisa all mad. Lisa's big mad. And so Valentine, like I said, he went to see Jocelyn, and Jocelyn was like, "Yeah, I helped you because it helps my mom, but I need you to do something for me. Go talk to Anna." Thinking that like if she sends him to Anna, then they're gonna get back together. Okay, why you opping with your mom like this? Like, I don't even really care if Anna get back together. Like, cool, like they're a cute couple. And why are you opping with your mom like this? Especially because you're going to need Spy Hospital and Mob Hospital because your new op is lethal because she knows that you're lying on her son. You lying on her dead son, and she about to come stand on your neck. And then what are you going to do? Because you out here opping with your mom, opping with Mob Hospital. That's crazy to me, girl. You out here lying on her son, but acting this way. And so that happened. The last thing that really, like, other stuff that happened that I forgot about is I'm looking at these spoilers. You get Ava and Ethan flirting, and then Ava admitting that she knows that he's not that baby's father. So more stuff's gonna come out about that probably. We also have Britt finding out she don't have Huntington's and feeling some type of way about that. And it's so funny, she's such a bum because like girl, she seems to be so upset that she's not dying because she was using that as sort of like a compartmentalization exercise of being like, yeah, y'all mad at me, but who cares because I'm dying. I did all what I had to do because I was dying. Like I was trying to stay alive, I was dying, and now she lost that excuse, so now she's crashing out. And you had Lucas crashing out, and I felt bad for Lucas because he was like, we did all this because we thought she was dying. Marco risked his life to like get this fake ass medicine for her, and he didn't even need to do that. Like we didn't need to do any of that. That's just crazy. And so I felt bad for him. Um, well, Lisa was trying to make Britt feel better, like, well, you're gonna live, like that's great. But then she couldn't even really appreciate that because Nina came in with the not Nathan's dead, and so at the end, this was the funniest thing that happened all week, so I'm gonna end with it because I like to end with funny things. Um, Freaking Mean Girls detective was like, "Hey, when we were going through," he's talking to Britt. He's in the Jason Morgan Memorial interrogation room with Britt, and he's like, "Hey, when we were in your room, we found a vial, like a syringe full of saline. What was that about?" And Britt was like, so here's the tea. Cullum's bad. He had tricked me into thinking I had Huntington's. He was giving me saline. That's where it came from. And I'm sad about it. And Mean Girls Detective was like, great. Love it. I was just real, like, that was bugging me because everything fit except that. And so thank you for that. Was not concerned. Like, obviously, the WSB is covering shit up. He didn't care. He did not care. He's getting used to Port Charles. Like, yeah, that's fine. Corruption. But Britt starts whining, like, because he lets her go. He's like, so you can go. And she's like, what do you mean I could go? Like, he was like, well, the WSB's not charging you, and we're not charging you because Dante said fuck it. And so you can go. And she's like, well, where am I supposed to go? Like, I got rid of my car, my credit cards, I got rid of my car. I don't have a place to stay because I'm pretty sure Carly's like, fuck you, bitch. What am I supposed to do? He's like, here, girl, you can pay me back anytime. And pulls $5 out of his pocket and gives it to Britt. Mean Girl Detective got jokes. Mean Girls Detective got jokes. It was so funny. I was screaming. Like, you know what, Mean Girls Detective? You could say. You could say. But that's pretty much all I got to say. If you like this, feel free to like it, subscribe, do all the things. But yeah, like I said, if you want to see me play a weird version of The Sims, that's probably going to be popping up on the channel from now on. But yeah, I will try to see y'all next week. Since I'm not putting images anymore, I'm just gonna throw my logo on and just let y'all listen to me ramble. I'll probably see y'all next week and I'll try to do this more often because yeah, it's fun. Yeah, but thanks for listening, y'all. Bye.